We're not here, so okay, let's get started. What I got for you guys? Okay, can everybody see this? Yeah? Let me unmute all y'all. Waldy, can you see this?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, everybody. Okay, so I'm going to talk about final presentations. We spoke about this very, very early on in the semester about doing your presentations and it including everything we covered in seminar, which includes your major, your career, and just because of what's going on, it's been hard to give you guys all that information. A lot of it is you doing it on your own independently, and just kind of like just giving you guys the freedom and the autonomy to just go onto these websites and researching it on your own, right? So everything that is going to be included in this presentation, I will say we have already covered in seminar. If you guys are at all like iffy on the subject matter or what's included, I'll go over it later on anyways. But I do want to just kind of, encourage you guys to kind of revisit all the websites that we covered before: the My Next Move, the academic programs part of the BMCC website, um, all those parts, okay? I'm going to go over one other thing that I didn't go over um, earlier in the semester, and that's going to be transferring. Like, how do you guys transfer to another school? And that's going to be included in the presentation as well. Which school do you guys want to go to? Which senior school? Is it going to be CUNY? It's going to be a private school? Um, and all that, okay? So before I get started on that, I just want to give you guys a heads up on some announcements. Everybody here should have registered or have begun the process of registering for fall 2020 classes. I'm going to do a spot check probably later on this week just to see how many of you guys have not. So you should feel confident and comfortable in going on CUNY first and just registering for those classes. Just by a show of hands, everybody, like, how are you guys doing with registration? What do you guys think? Just call out. Has everybody registered? Shay, have you registered?
Registered for Math Start,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
but I didn't do a financial aid yet, or like for fall, or any classes for fall. So I probably
Okay.
should.
Yeah, if you're registered for MathStar, you should definitely register for the fall. Okay. Kaishan, have you registered?
Um, no, not yet.
Okay, make sure you get on that.
Tin, I haven't received the email to register for MathStart, but you told me I needed to take MathStart.
Okay. So yes, you do. So for students who need to take MathStart, so Ashley.
It's June 6th, paid for, hours 5:30, 9:30, and I already spoke with the math advisor.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm
You
gonna
know,
send you the MathStart link.
I could tell I could unmute us.
All right. Okay, so if you guys need to register, please do that as soon as you can because classes are closing up right now. So make sure you guys do that. Let me see. Okay. Okay, so there is a free summer STEM waiver, and I mentioned this before to you guys. This is a free class that the school is offering to students who are done with. If you don't need to take MapStart over the summer, you should take the STEM waiver program. So the classes that are offered are, your science class, technology, engineering, and math. So because you guys are freshman students, this is a great way for you guys to take care of your science requirement, which is, a lecture and a lab. So you guys can do chemistry, lecture, and then a lab. That's a 4-credit class. Bio, lecture, and a lab. That's, again, it's 4-credit class, right? So it is completely free. You have to register before May 1st. All right, so you have about 2 weeks left, a week and a half, actually. Yep, go ahead.
For the summer, do we have to file for financial aid for that as well? Because I did see that when I was filing for fall.
This is for all students. You have to be eligible for TAP, right? So that means that if you have already registered for fall financial aid, you're good. You're fine. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. So the other thing that's really important that you guys should know is that this is first come, first serve. Usually for students who register for it before May 1st, you should be able to get it. They're going to send you an email in May confirming that you've received the waiver. Okay. If you have not received this email in May, that means you haven't received the waiver, and then you'll just drop the class. But you have to remember to drop the class. Okay. Last thing about the summer STEM waiver is that you have to enroll in the second session. There's a number of different sessions for summer programs. The first session starts May 26th when you guys are still in the program. All right. So you won't be able to do that because it overlaps with our program. You have to do the second session, which starts July 14th. All right. So by then, you'll have a month off. You'll be rested. This class, July 14th, it goes all the way to middle of August, and it carries you pretty much till the end of summer, and then you'll start on your fall classes after that. Okay? So make sure that you guys keep that information in mind. Last thing, Ashley already discussed this, but the math remedial classes. If you are eligible for MathStart, if you still need math, you should definitely do it in the summer. All right. Now I spoke with a few of you guys, and you've already made plans, vacation, whatever, or you just don't want to do another class in the summer. That's okay. Just know that I spoke with a couple students about your eligibility to ASAP. ASAP will not take you if you have a math remedial need. Okay, so math start is one of your only paths in order to get to ASAP in the fall. Now, let's say you don't want to take math in the summer, and you can still take a remedial math course in the fall. You just won't be able to join ASAP in the fall semester. Okay, you can try to join them in the spring. That might be an option for you, but you would have to kind of go in without the supportive program of ASAP. Okay. At the end of this class, I want you guys to kind of hit me up and let me know if you're interested in joining MathStart. I've already sent a lot of emails to you guys regarding your interest in MathStart, but talk to me again if you have any questions about that. All right. Okay, so I'm going to show you some sample presentations of what I'm expecting. This is going to be in 2 weeks. Okay, and so this is just some samples, and we'll talk about what it's gonna be included in all the presentations that you guys are going to be doing. All right, so this one, let me see. Okay, so this one I'm going to show you, it's through Prezi, which is one of the websites that I encourage students to use. It's online. You guys can sign up using your Facebook account or your Google account. It's fairly intuitive, easy to use, and it's a little bit more interesting than, let's say, PowerPoint, because it's animated. It moves around. It's more interesting to kind of look at. So I would recommend you guys use Prezi, or use Google Slides, or use PowerPoint. Those are the three that I would recommend you guys use. Okay. So this is a presentation on one of my students back in the day. She wanted to be an orthodontist. So just keep in mind when I'm showing you these presentations to kind of look at what is included, what can make the presentation better, what would you do, what would you not do, and all that, okay? And we'll talk about these presentations afterwards. So she starts off by discussing the specific degrees that is needed to be an orthodontist. So she outlines it, starting off with having an associate's in science at BMCC, and then she gets her bachelor's in pharmacology at Stony Brook University in Long Island. After that, she is going to Stony Brook School of Dental Medicine, and after that, she is getting her certification in orthodontics. So in total, this was estimated to be 11 years for her to do this. All right. I'm going to show you like how much she'll be making. So you can kind of determine whether it's worth it or not. Okay, so it moves around like this. That's why, that's the cool thing about Prezi. Okay, so these are the classes that she's going to be taking here at BMCC. Getting an associate's in science, an AS degree, and these are all the different classes, the science classes that she's going to be taking. She outlined the common core credits, which is 30, and the total curriculum credits, which is 30, making it 60 in total to get an associate's in science. Let's see. Okay, so when she's done at BMCC, she did the research, and she basically found out that BMCC credits, CUNY credits, are all transferable to Stony Brook. So the 60 credit is going to Stony Brook. You also need, in order to get into Stony Brook, reference letters, recommendation letters, a personal statement, basically saying why she is choosing Stony Brook and what she wants to do with the degree. There's going to be an interview involved, and she needs a GPA of 3.0 or higher. Okay, so it's very competitive to get into Stony Brook, which is one of the the better science schools. These are all the classes right here for her to get into pharmacology. All right, so it's good for you to kind of look at the senior school and see what kind of classes. This is like I was telling you guys before, like when you guys are done here at BMCC with your associates, you move to in year 3 and year 4 of your senior school. It's just all concentration and focus in the area that you're choosing, right? So from the jump and from the end till the end, she's taking science classes. That's it, right? This is one of the reasons why I was asking you guys, like, if it's a good idea for you to do liberal arts first, and then do your focus or your major in a 4-year school. Okay. So this is getting her bachelor's in pharmacology, and then after she gets her bachelor's, she has to take a dental admissions test at Stony Brook School of Dental Medicine. All right, she needs to get into that program. And then the first 2 years at this dental school is going to consist of, lectures, book studies, your intro to your clinical setting. Year 3 and year 4 is exclusively spent on your own patients under the direct care of a supervisor. All right. So for some people, you guys might have gone to NYU and get your teeth done if you didn't have insurance. I did that back in San Francisco, and I didn't have insurance for like a year or two. It's nerve-wracking having your teeth done by a student, because you can feel that their hands are unsure, and you want you want your dentist to be really sure about what they're doing. So that's what she's going to be doing. So that's going to be 4 years, right? And then these are all the different kinds of specialties and areas of focus under dentistry. There's radiology, there's pediatric dentistry, working with babies, orthodontics, surgery to get your, your jaw or your teeth done, dental public health. I don't even know what some of these are. Endodontics, I don't know. Prosthetics, fake teeth. Okay, so these are all the different specialties. All right, so these are the job descriptions and responsibilities that she's listed. This information you can get off directly at My Next Move. So she talks about, the very basic stuff of being an dentist, examining, diagnosing, treating dental misalignment, referrals and follow-up with specialists in the based on the needs of the patient, and ensuring that your staff in your office is compliant with all these different organizations, HIPAA, OSHA, EPA, infection control, all that, right? There's a lot to be in compliance of. If you are not in compliance of any of these organizations, you can be seriously sued. So these are all the list of organizations that are affiliated with dentistry. The 3 in purple right here are the ones that check up on you, right? So with OSHA, if something isn't safe, if you're not disposing blood in a safe way, or if things are kind of like, just dirty or unsafe, you can get totally sued, right? HIPAA, of course, is what is it? It's privacy. So if you're not putting your patient's information in a safe way, if it's accessible to other people, you can totally get screwed for that, right? Yeah, so these are organizations. Sorry. Okay, so salary, benefits, and job opportunities. So you can see here that you could be making a whole lot of money depending on whether you work in a office or if you're owning your own business, or if you're in a group practice. You can also teach at a dental school or hospital. Now, this is something that I want you guys to think about, because you can always, if you're doing if you're being a nurse, speaking to Shay here, and a couple of other of you guys who want to be nurses, you can always kind of have a side hustle of teaching, whether you're teaching at a nursing school or a hospital. That's added, income. So there's favorable work conditions, flexibility of hours. Most dentists are not on call like medical doctors. There is great health and life insurance, paid vacation, retirement plan, faster than average job growth for the next 10 or 20 years. Cavities, gum disease, people having messed up teeth is rampant. So it's not going to be going away anytime soon. That's something that we spoke about before already, right? Anything in the health field is not going to go away. Yeah. So dentistry is a very viable career choice. So these are, some of the pros, and these are some of the cons, right? Dentistry is more than just teeth. You're talking about your head, neck, jaw, oral pathology, signs of disease present in the body. It's very highly responsible. You're responsible for not only your patients, but your employees. People like to sue, right? People get if you are, there's a high liability. So if you screw up, then you can definitely get sued. I was working with a doctor as a client. I was counseling her because she was completely stressed out because she did something and she got sued for it. She had a whole group practice making a lot of money. She had to shut it down because she got sued for it. So that is a con, right? It's unpredictable and it's intense, right? So it can be very, very stressful. There's high risk of musculoskeletal disorders, um, inevitability of neck and back pain because you're, sitting in a certain position all day. There is extensive cost and takes 11 years and it's going to be very, very costly. But this is, if you have the, the fortitude and the commitment to kind of do this, it's gonna pay off greatly, right? You can pay off your debt in like, a few years if you're making like 300 grand. Of course, you're not going to start making that from the jump, but it's one of those careers. I think if you really want to stick with it, it's worth the investment. And lastly, it's nasty, it's yucky, right? There's a lot of blood, a lot of stuff going on down there. All right, so I'm going to show you. These are pictures of. So she was actually working at a orthodontics office already. So these are some of the pictures that she included. I used to have braces. It's not fun having braces. You can see the progress here, right? This is, the before, and this is the after. And these are the x-rays. It's really interesting when you look at it because these wires are like pulling out the teeth, which is crazy. I remember that being like super, super painful. Okay, so last one's right here. So I'm going to show you this. So this right here, the wires are going to be pulling these teeth out, right? You can see some of the teeth coming out. It's messed up. These are your wisdom teeth right here. It's coming out. It's nasty. Ooh, her wisdom teeth is really coming out right here. Wow, okay. All right, so that's basically the Prezi PowerPoint. All right, so that's one. I'm gonna show you, let me see if I can pull it up. What happened? Okay. All right, I'm gonna show you one more. This one is on education. So this is a few years back, my student, Josie, she right now she is not a school teacher. She actually changed her career to become a social worker. So the crazy thing right now is she's getting her master's in social work. So this was, I believe, like 4 years ago or 3 years ago. But she did super well, and she got a big scholarship. So I'm going to show you guys her presentation. At the time, she wanted to be early childhood education. She wanted to be a teacher. And so this I thought was pretty creative. This was a Google slide. So how she did it was, this is a classroom schedule, but this is kind of like a table of contents right here of what she's going to cover within the PowerPoint or the Google slide. So she's going to go over all these points right here. What is early childhood education? Why she wants to do it, educational requirements, transfer plan, BMCC programs and credit requirements, job outlook, wages and salary, technology, informational interview, show and tell, and then school is dismissed. All right, so let me show you this. Okay, so she talks about why she wants to do early childhood. Now, I think this is like super good and important for you guys to include in your presentation, because this is what is going to draw your audience in. It's going to make information is great, but it's going to make your information or your PowerPoint stand out because you're connecting with your audience. I don't remember PowerPoints, but I do remember reasons why people pursue things. So make sure you guys try to include this, okay? And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to like, get real in depth with it. You could if you want, but it's a great thing to include. She is passionate about working with children. She wants to make a difference and impact in people's lives in a positive way. It's very rewarding. Love engaging and teaching children and want to be an effective figure in her community. Sorry guys, can you guys mute? Okay. All right. Okay, so, oops. Okay, so what is early childhood education? She talks about, what it is. It's between the ages of 3 and 5. And these are some of the things that her lessons, developing lessons to help in these areas right here: language, motor skills, and social skills. All right, so if you want to do, I'm speaking to anybody that might be doing like, childhood education or working with kids. 3 and 5 is early childhood. 5 and over or 6 and over is childhood education. That is, pretty much the difference. These are all the specialization requirements. She goes over, all the kind of like the areas that she's going to be studying here at BMCC, and also the exams right here that she'll need to be taking, right? The BMCC Early Childhood Program here she highlights, talks about it getting an AS degree and where you can be working, child care centers, Head Start, pre-kinder, kinder, and all that, okay? These are the classes that she'll be taking, the Common Core classes and the Flexible Core, so that's 30. And these are the curriculum requirements. She talked about a few classes that she'll be taking here in the early childhood program. So 30 and 30 equals 60, and that's an AS in early childhood education. Her transfer plan, where she wants to go, is City College of New York, which has a great childhood education program. She did the research and found out that the early childhood education program, graduate program at City College is there's a really cool one where if you graduate from BMCC and you can get your bachelor's and your master's in a span of 3 years. So that means you get 60 credits here at BMCC. That, oh my God, it's raining again. It was just sunny. Huh. So 60 credits, 2 years here at BMCC, and then you go to City College, and for 3 years straight, you can get a bachelor's and a master's degree. So only 5 years you can get a master's degree. That is spectacular. Usually, you have to do, usually it's about 7. So this is a fast track for you. If you have the time and you have the commitment and you just want to fast track it and do it in 5 years, you can definitely, there are programs out there where you can do it. Okay, so she did the research and found this great program at City College. Okay, so she talks a little bit more about the City College program and the state certification exams in order for you to qualify to become a teacher. Okay, these are the job outlooks and the work opportunities. Teachers, the employment is expected to grow 17%. That's fast. There's more demand because there's, within the last few years, I mean, I'd say the last 10 years, early childhood education is more emphasized, right? Before students, we were just, I mean, people were just okay sending their kids to like kindergarten, like my parents. And you know, as studies shown, like it's before kindergarten makes a huge difference in a kid's development, right? Okay, so let me see. So these are the wages in New York. This was, where was it? This one right here, she wanted to do 72 right here, kindergarten teacher. This was one of the areas that she wanted to focus on. So, you know, she listed all the different kinds of jobs and the wages. All right, let me see. The different kinds of technology that is included, or the trends that a lot of schools are implementing or taking on. You know, there's a lot of schools that just, you know, they use smart boards or they use iPads. So things are a little bit more hands-on. Students are learning through a hands-on tactile approach. So that's great. And she covered that. She talked about having a conversation with one of the teachers that she used to work for. This woman, Kim Watson, who is a teacher at a private school in the Bronx. And she just kind of discussed, you know, how she got the job, what makes it stressful, pros and cons, things like that. What's the best part of becoming a teacher, and all that, okay? So again, we spoke about informational interviews before, and this is a great way to really get in touch with, you know, get information from somebody who is in the field. Okay, so that is it for that presentation. Okay. All right. So let me see, how do I do this? Okay. All right, so I'm going to talk about what the presentations should include. Okay, so if you guys notice on all two of those presentations, it's going to include three very particular things. Okay, the things that I want you guys to cover is your major, your career, and where you're going after BMCC, where you're transferring to. Okay, so within your major, there is a lot to cover, right? There's like, you know, what kind of degree you're going to be pursuing, what kind of courses you're going to be taking, you know. So a lot of this information you can get on the BMCC website under academic programs, and we already discussed that, right? Under your academic map, if you guys want to look at that. But this is information that you guys should know pretty well, okay? I want to hear what your career goals are. What do you want to do? What do you ultimately want to do, right? So why are you pursuing this career? What's the reason for that? Tell us your story about that. Tell us information about, like, you know, basic stuff like salary, the education you'll need, the work environment, what's the work-life balance, you know, like a bunch of different things. I'm going to actually send you guys later on this week a handout that covers a bunch of, you know, bullet points on major and career and what could be included in this. But these are just some of the examples that I came up with just now, okay? So salary, education, work environment, things like that for your career. And I want to hear for, you know, what is your transfer plan? What are you planning on doing after BMCC? Is your transfer, is the school that you're planning on going to, are they going to accept the BMCC credits? How can you find out? Okay, so that's a really important thing that you guys should be thinking about as freshman students here at BMCC. Okay, so before we start, ooh, damn. Loud. Okay. Before we start talking about transfer plan real quick, I want to take the time to answer some questions about presentations. What do you guys, what kind of questions do you have? Unmute yourselves and talk to me. How long should it be? How many slides? What do you think?
You said it was due in 2 weeks?
Yes, it's going to be due in 2 weeks. At the end of this presentation, I am going to ask for volunteers to do it. See, I already have the setup. Look, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. I'm going to ask for volunteers. And then May 12th. So those are the 2 times that you guys get to do this, okay? What other questions do you have?
Either way, we gotta like email it to you after we're done.
No, you can email it to me before the presentation when you're actually presenting, just so I can have a copy of it. And then just, so let me just kind of get this. There's a lot of, you guys might not know the questions that you need to ask, right? So this is what I want. These presentations, I don't want you guys to like seriously stress over it. Before, if this was a regular class, you guys would be presenting to the whole entire class. We're not going to do that. We're going to do this. I'm going to pare it back and scale it back a little bit. So on the day of your presentation, you're going to be in a group of 4 to 5 people, right? I'm going to put you guys in a breakout group using Zoom, and you guys are just going to present to those 3 or 4 people in that group, okay? The other people will be evaluating you using a Google form or survey that I'm going to send them, okay? So, oh, sorry guys, did you hear that?
Yeah.
That was really close to me. I'm sorry. Wow. So where was I? Okay, so you're only going to be presenting to a very small group of people. Okay, and then let's say you do it on the 5th. You don't have you have the 12th off, right? You're not, you don't have to come back for the 12th and see the other presentations. You're only, going to just present and evaluate on the day of when you present. Okay, so that's 1. 2 is how long these presentations should be. These presentations should include all the information that is on the screen right now. It should take between 6 to 10 minutes. That's all. If you have all the information that I want, it should take no longer than 10 minutes. Okay, I want this to be succinct. I want this to be, just, I don't want you guys to, go overboard or anything like this. All right. So how many slides? I would recommend, so the presentations I showed you guys today, they're about like 10 slides each. I want you guys to be between 7 and 12 slides. All right. 7 and 12 slides. I do not want you guys to list like a bunch of stuff. If you look at the information that I showed you, the presentations that I showed you today, it's just like not copying and pasting like a ton of stuff where students are reading. It is just bullet pointed, right? Like how I have it right here. It's just bullet pointed and speaking from your own knowledge. Now, the thing is that I should tell you this. When you're presenting to your 3 or 4 group mates, I'm going to be recording it because I can't be at a bunch of places at once. So I'm just going to click record like how I'm recording right now. And I'm going to look over it later on and then just evaluate you guys on your presentation. It's not like hugely graded. I just want to make sure that you the take home is for me to really feel confident that you guys learned about your career and your major and your transfer. Those are the only things that I'm really, really looking for. Okay, the quality of your research in seminar. Okay. What else? So I'm going to record the sessions. Now, somebody asked if they can be in groups. You can be in groups. Now, it's just a little, I would prefer it if you guys actually do it on your own. But if you feel really strongly about being in a group and you know other people already who are going to be in the same major as you, you can, communicate with them and talk to me about, being in a group. That would totally be okay under normal circumstances, but under these circumstances, I think, it's better if you guys just kind of work solo. But up to you. I could be wrong on that. Okay. Any other questions about your presentation? No? Okay.
Oh, I want to ask that
Who's that? Who's asking?
Xiangyuan.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, like how we gonna do the presentation?
How are you going to do it?
Yeah, like on the Zoom, or we take the
Yes.
video and
It's
share
gonna
it.
be on Zoom. So it's gonna be like this, right? I can put you guys in groups. So we have, how many people we have right now? We have 10 people in this class right now, right? So if I was doing it right now, I would be 10 including me. So I would put 3, 3, and 3. I would put you guys in a virtual room, and then you guys in that room would just present to one another. Okay?
Oh, we're not gonna present to other class. So
No.
we just presentation in groups,
Yeah, you just can present in groups.
and we have to share the slides like this.
Yeah, it'll be something like this. It'll be like, like what I'm doing right now.
But what about if I using my phone?
If you're using your phone,
Yeah.
if you are using your phone, do you have, okay, so that's a good question. Do you have, on your phone right now, can you share the screen? Is there a button for you to share screen?
Yeah, there says a bottom say share.
Yeah, okay. So I want you to try to do this, Sue, is when you you can try it with me later on, but then I want you to download Google Slides onto your phone. You have an iPhone?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have Google Slide.
Okay, so download Google Slides, and then you can click on share screen,
Mm-hmm.
and then go on your Google Slide and then try to do it that way.
Okay.
Yeah. If that doesn't work, let's say like, it's not working out, then we'll try to figure something else out. Do you have a
Okay.
laptop at home?
It's broke.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Okay.
So I don't have time to get a new one, so I'm using my phone right now.
Okay. The other thing, let me think about that, okay? Let me think about I'm sure there's a way for you to, like with Prezi, you can just go onto the website and then just do it through the website. So, and you can do the same with Google Slides too. Just trying to see if that's going to work. So let's try it out later, okay?
Okay.
Okay, what other questions do you guys have for me?
We need to talk about doing the presentation.
Who's this?
Freddie.
Oh, Freddie, why is it your name Lex?
That's my friend's computer.
Okay. What was your question again, Freddie?
If we need to talk while doing the presentation.
If you need a talk?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Like, like saying everything that's in the presentation or just showing the presentation?
No, you're presenting it like how I did earlier, right? So just put down bullet points and then just cover like all the information that is on the screen right now. I'm going to give you a handout later on this week about like some of the other things that you might want to cover. But you know, you are presenting, you're doing like a professional presentation to your small group.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So if you have any questions, I want you guys to ask me, or if anything comes up, email me, okay? So the other thing that I want to go over real quickly, because we didn't fully talk about this in class, is transferring to another school, all right? So I want to, so under the BMCC website, I want to show you something where, okay, so go under academic programs. And let's choose, Freddie, what's your major?
Criminal justice.
Okay, of course you are, criminal justice. Criminal justice, okay. So, all right, so this is the criminal justice website, right? So all of you guys have, you know, there's going to be explore careers where there's information, and this is good information that you might want to put into your presentation too. There's always going to be transfer options right here, all right? So I want you guys to go to your specific academic program and go under transfer options. It's going to list what is called an articulation agreement. And what an articulation agreement is it's an agreement between schools where they are going to take your BMCC credits seamlessly. They're going to just take it. If you meet the criteria where, you know, like they might have eligibility requirements where you are, you meet the GPA requirements, pretty much it's just taking your credits as easy as possible. They just have an agreement with BMCC, right? So in order for Freddie to look at the different articulation agreements here that BMCC has with the criminal justice program, you can click on articulation agreements. And right here, there are two official articulation agreements with Alfred University and Metropolitan College of New York. Now, we used to have a very popular articulation agreement with John Jay University. And it doesn't mean that Freddie, if he wants to go to John Jay, doesn't mean that he can't go to John Jay. It means that John Jay has changed their eligibility requirements where, you know, they might be a little bit more selective and competitive with the students that they take, right? So they used to have a 2.0 for BMCC students. Now they might require a 2.5, right? So you have to contact the school that you want to go to. Let's say Freddie wants to go to John Jay. Contact their advisement and transfer center. Every school has it, an advisement and transfer department. You go, you speak with them, and then you ask them, with a criminal justice degree here at BMCC with a 2 point whatever, you know, or what are the requirements for me to attend John Jay? Like, is it 2.8, well, whatever, right? So it's up to you to kind of do that research on your own, all right? And this is, this goes for just, you know, not just John Jay or not just other CUNYs, but any other school that you might want to go to. If you want to go to a school in California, if you want to go to a school in like Texas, wherever else, contact the transferred office and see if they're willing to take these credits from BMCC or with CUNY, right? So yeah, that's the advice I am going to give to you guys. So let's look at this articulation agreement from Alfred University. You can click on this, and it basically outlines, we look at this, it outlines all the classes that you'll be taking. Or I'm sorry, it outlines the admission requirements, right? It's a 2.0 to go to Alfred. And it outlines all the classes that you're going to be taking at Alfred University right here. So it's another 64 credits. So in total, the 60 credits that you got from BMCC and the 64 at Alfred gives you 124 credits, okay? And this is everything else that you might need to know, okay? So you look at it, you know, as an agreement, but also as a roadmap too. These are the classes that you're going to be taking at your four-year senior college. You know, you're taking terrorism, international security, social welfare, social psychology. You have an internship, field experience in criminal justice. That's kind of cool. All right. I'm going to show you before I end, I'm going to show you one more. Let me see. Let me go under articulation agreements. The other way that you guys can get to this page, articulation agreements, is you can go under students. And I'm going to send you this video later on in case you want to go back on this information. Under students, this is the student hub. Go under academic advisement and transfer center. And then go under, where do I go from here? Transfer, where are you at? Transfer out into, oh, transfer information, okay. And look up the active articulation agreements with senior schools. All right, so these are all the different programs right here. These are organized by majors, and these are the schools. These are some of the partnerships we have with certain schools, okay? So you guys can take a look. Psychology, let's look at psychology. So these are the different schools right here for psychology. City College, John Jay, School of Professional Studies, Long Island University, Northeastern. All right. Nursing, let's do nursing. So these are all the schools for nursing. Adelphi, Chamberlain, School of Professional Studies, City College.
I got a question.
City Tech, NYU. What's up?
So let's say I don't meet the requirements in BMCC to get into the nursing program. My next step would be to apply to a private college.
Yeah, or you can try to apply to one of these, right?
Well, yeah, but isn't that like, wouldn't they require me to have a certain like GPA or something? Like,
let's look. So let's say you want to go to Adelphi, right? Long Island.
Yeah.
So admissions requirement for senior college. They want a 3.0. That's a B. That's a flat B. Applicants who the GPA under a 3.0 will be given consideration by case. Okay, so BMCC students will be eligible to receive up to 64 transferable credits at Adelphi. Okay, so the option is there for you.
this is a 4-year college.
Yes, Long Island.
So all I have, if I want to just go straight over here, all I gotta do is take like, let's say like 2 or 3 classes, get my GPA up.
No, That's a good question though. Look, under A and under B, this means that you would have to already have the degree of nursing right here. Okay.
To apply to that.
Yes, you have to in order to get into the art to transfer over there seamlessly, right? That's the word, seamless. If
Okay.
let's say Jay, you wanna you get like a degree here that is science for health professions or liberal arts, right? Those are the other two paths that you can take. Let's say you don't get into the nursing program at BMCC or you don't complete it, you can still try to get into Adelphi University in their nursing program, right? The requirements might be different, right? But if you get a degree here with a nursing degree through PMCC, your application gets risen to the top. It gets put to the top. That's all. Okay, it doesn't mean that you can't go to this school and pursue the nursing degree here.
Well, like my question was that let's say for the prerequisites I get like like I barely meet the requirements and like I don't get into the nursing program. Can I take the GPA from that those classes and transfer to here as long as it's a 3.0?
Yes.
Do I have to?
If I'm hearing you right, I mean they're gonna look at your GPA, and many senior schools that do nursing will look at your prerequisites that you're going to be taking at BMCC. They're going to be looking at the grade point average if you did well in those classes. That's like a huge.
My whole thing is that I like, let's say I don't like get a degree from BMCC. I just take those prerequisite classes as long as it's a 3.0 and then apply right here. Can I just do it like that?
You could do it like that. I would say this is one thing I will say about senior schools is that they tend to take students who have shown them a completion, whether that's an associate's degree, right? Because it's just symbolic that you've completed something. You could just transfer like, with 12, 15 credits or whatever else. That is like, that's dual, that can be done. And again, that requires you to go to Adelphi, talk to a advisor and see if those credits transfer over and all that. And if you meet like other requirements or eligibility, that's just,
Yeah, because my whole thing is like let's say because BMCC's nursing program is not like easy to get into.
Mhm.
So like if I don't meet the requirements, I don't want to wait and like spend
Sure.
the 2 years getting the associate's degree. I want to get the nursing degree as soon as possible.
Yeah, I
So I don't
agree.
know if I should like go straight to a private college if BMCC doesn't work out, or if I should apply to like a 4-year college like this somehow.
You know what, Shay, now is the time to do the research. So,
Okay.
I mean, there's people at Adelphi right now waiting for your phone call. So you should call them and ask,
Okay. Can we set up? Is there any way we could set up a meeting? I'm having like
Sure.
trouble.
Yeah, email me. Email me a time. I am busy today and tomorrow, but I should be available Thursday and Friday.
Okay, I'll email you about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Thursday, Friday sounds good.
Any other questions about articulation agreements or transferring, guys? I have a feeling that all these blank screens right here. You guys are in bed, playing video games, playing with your dog, watching TV. What's going on? Okay. So, thank you, Kaishan, for showing your face. Thank you, Freddie. Thank you, Freddie. I see you. Okay, so if you have questions, let me know. If you want to sign up for Math Start or you're unsure about your math placement, let me know. Otherwise, you guys are free to go. Be on the lookout later on this week for what is going to be included in your presentation. Oh, dang! I'm sorry. I forgot. I'm sorry. I need you guys to volunteer on when you're presenting. Okay, so Who wants to do the first week of the first wave of presentations and get it over with? Who we got?
I'll do one. Yeah, I'll do it.
All right, Shay. Yes. Freddie, Evelyn. Who else? Let's see. Who we got? Kaishan. 2 weeks, guys. You can do this. Ting Ting. Sue.
I'll do it.
All right. Ready. Kaishan, you want to do this? Evelyn?
Yeah, I guess I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do
I
it.
don't want, I mean, if you need till the 12th, then it's okay. For you.
I don't get it. Do we have to turn on the camera now? 'Cause
What's
I
that?
see Kaishan and Freddie keep turning on the camera. So I'm
No, you don't have
confused.
to turn on the camera. I'm
Oh,
asking,
all right.
Waldy, do you want to do your presentation on May 5th?
On May 5th? No, I do not.
Okay.
May 12th is fine.
May 12th. All right. Anybody else? Evelyn, Ting Ting?
I want to do May 12.
Who's that?
Evelyn.
Evelyn.
Me too.
Who's
May
that?
12, 香园.
Okay. XUA.
No, XIANG.
Sí, yo estaba aquí.
YUAN.
Who else? Ting Ting?
I choose May 12th.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Kaishan, you want to do May 12th too, right?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Abby. Who is Abby? Abby. Is that you, Madeline?
Yes.
When do you want to do your presentation, Madeline?
Oh, 12, May 12.
May 12th. Okay.
Mhm.
Who else? All right, let me see. What about Ashley? Are you still here, Ashley? No? All right, I'm going to ask if Ashley is going to do it. Okay. Shay and Freddie,
Yep.
if you guys, I'm going to get back to you on whether you'll do it on May 12th or not. If it's just you two, then I'm going to have so there's a possibility that I have all you guys do it on May 12th and then just
Okay.
break you guys up in groups because I want you guys, I mean, you're working hard on these presentations. I want an audience to see it, right? So, okay, let me get back to you. I'll send this out like when we're gonna do this. I'm gonna talk to all the people who didn't show up today. All right.
Mr. 10,
Yes.
something came up. I gotta leave. Is there any way you could like send me this presentation so I could watch the rest of it later?
Yeah. No, this is we're done. We're done with the presentation.
Oh, okay. Well, also the assignment on what do you expect for the slides?
Sure. Yeah.
Like
I'll send that to you guys. Okay. Good seeing you guys. Good hearing from you guys. I will just be on the lookout for a presentation or a worksheet. Okay. And I'll talk to you guys real soon. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Take care, guys.
Take it easy, fellas, ladies.